Porter, the last game, I know you pride yourself on it, and you hustle and determination and things. The rebounding didn't go your way, and you talked about it on your post-game show. With your current roster construction, how do you get your team to rebound better? What's the message and what's the work you got to do?
I pulled out those numbers last practice, and I brought our group that's playing minutes together and asked them the same question. I gave them each their defensive rebound percentage number. We had 3 starters that I think were at 0. At 0, the percentage of minutes played of how many rebounds they got, defensive rebounds you got. We had 3 starters at 0%. That's hard. You ask them, like, tell me how to coach it. We talked like that, but the only thing I know how is we got to keep having 5 guys take ownership. That's and I'll be honest with you, it wasn't as much the checkouts as it wasn't. It wasn't like, hey man, they're not even. It was the trench rebounds, the rebounds in the trenches where there's 4 or 5 bodies in the paint and the physicality of them going to get it in the length that they had. It was in the trench rebounds that got us. We're doing some really good things. I can't say enough. Mike Hawk just told me, we were looking at this, in the 5 losses we've had together, we've outshot our opponents from 3, from 2, but the 2 stats that stick out is in those 5 losses, it's been 142 to 90 free throws and 80 to 38 in the second chance points. Like A&M's got an elite defense. We had 21 assists one of the games, 19 assists in the other games. We're doing some really good things. It's just the narrative of the rebounding in the trenches, getting everybody, and that second chance points, getting to the foul line, and because that's part of it. The rebounds, they might not have a basket, then you get a foul. So those are some things that we've continuing to address with these guys. And like Arkansas, I taught Glenn. Glenn got 6 against Arkansas, and I glorified the hell out of that. And that was really good. But our leaders in defensive rebounding last game were the 2 shortest guys on the floor. Dayton and Duke led us in defensive reboundings last game. And we've got to have more rebounds from other guys.
Coach, you mentioned those numbers as far as assists, 3-pointers, shooting. Largely outplaying the Aggies the other night. How encouraging is that once you guys kind of fix those rebounding issues, that you guys can go a long way this year?
We're constantly having to have the guys understand that, because it's easy to get down. It's easy, you come back. We had 1, 2 in a row. Then we were going in there with a lot of confidence. We did a lot of really good things, but we got pounded in the trenches. It's to keep. That's part of, I think, all the coaches in the SEC. A lot of us have to make sure they understand the confidence and the push, the chase. It's hard to chase and be if you're not confident. And our guys to understand that, like, it's a top 10 team on the road, and it was a 1-possession game, but it's hard to win when you have that disparity rebounding. That goes back to the peach basket, and when you see those. To be honest with you, when you see those rebounding numbers, if I told anyone in this room those numbers, you probably said we lost 15. And we are doing some very good things. We've got to get to the foul line. That's another press conference. And then we've got to, the rebounding. And there's been a game or two at home we had to take care of the ball.
It's tough to ask about Jeremiah after every single game, but it felt like he'd gotten past that little freshman wall a little bit. But after a game like Tuesday, how's he responded? What's been your message?
Tough game for him. A&M style of play, very physical. They don't let you get to the rim. They don't let you take more than 2 dribbles without coming and trying to rip it out of your hand. That's their MO, and they're great at it. So my whole thing is we put it behind it. We learned it. We talked to him about it. We talked about, when you come back in the game, have your mind in the game before your body. So if you come out at, let's say, arbitrarily the 11-minute mark, and you go back in at 6, be seeing what's going on. Have your mind in the game before your body checks in. And that's a thing that older players, we talked to him about it. I'm really confident he's going to bounce back against Vanderbilt and have a great game.
You mentioned Vanderbilt. Just what's important about this matchup on Saturday?
I was so impressed with Vanderbilt on tape. Since Alabama, they play the fastest of any of the teams we've played. They play really fast. They're third in the nation in forcing turnovers, steals. They steal the ball. In their wins, in the SEC in their wins, they've averaged 16.5, 17 forced turnovers. In their losses, it's around 11, a little bit over 11. So there's a big difference when teams that take care of the ball. We know they want to run. They execute tremendously. They got great pieces. They got elite shooters. They got some big, rugged point guards. They got 2 posts that can shoot it and post up. They got Edwards as a jet quick guard who can really score. A lot of pieces. And very well coached. They come out, they space you. But what's important, transition D, taking care of the ball. Those are 2 huge ones. And you can't lose Nickel. I think Nickel is on a really good heater. He's had 12 threes the last 3 games, shooting over 50. And I always say this, it's one thing to shoot the ball. It's another thing to shoot the ball at this level when everybody in the gym knows you can shoot the ball. I mean, it's not like he's gone into these games and people saying, let's see if he can shoot. He's quick release, 6'7", moves without the ball, moves with the ball, does a great job. And 12 threes in 3 games, shooting over 50%. He's on a heater.
You mentioned shooting. We've seen Brycen, those 2 Texas A&M games specifically, we've seen him really find a rhythm. Has there been a through line between those 2 games, and is there anything for him specifically to build off there? Just
keep building off and stay confident. I think the spacing, and I think guys did a good job finding him. He's got to continue that because he really helps us when he obviously he's a huge threat that way. Just keep staying with it with him.
It's hard enough for freshmen to come in and have an impact, but you got a couple of things that are different about Jeremiah than other freshmen. Number one, he's a year younger than most of them. And then the other one is that he has more responsibility on his shoulders as ball handler, coming in as that young of a guy. Relative to other guys who are young, how do you feel he's handled all the responsibility and the pressure that's been on him?
I think he's handled it great. I really do. I think there is a lot coming in when you miss a whole summer. Most high school guys that are doing their natural growth come in and they got the summer. He was playing AU and he went and thrown into it. Now he's thrown into unequivocally the best college basketball league we've seen. Yes, there's ups and downs like every player. But how he's handled it, he's a great teammate. He's been great to study and film with and learn from. He tries so much to address the things that he needs to get better at. So that's handling it. You're not always going to be A+ in production, but his approach is getting so much better. His approach to this, and sometimes when you're young, you're thinking about the outcome so much and the result. And that's natural for anybody. And I think his approach is really improving. And that shows me he's handling it better. And he handles it really good. I mean, God dang. I told him flat out, I never had to handle that. I sure as hell wasn't on a draft board. Why is everybody freaking laughing?
With Dayton, I know you recruit him thinking that he can make an impact, but has he surprised you a little bit with the fact as a freshman that he's been able to come in here and give you guys really valuable minutes in conference play?
Not really surprised. We were trying to find minutes for him, and you had the Duke, Kobe, and Jeremiah. We're trying to find minutes, and you just here and there, Michigan game, and it just started. Now it's just increasing, and so it's not really surprising. He's always been tough. He's always been competitive. He's always had a high IQ. So those things, and he's getting. And here's the thing, for him, people understand. Just for everybody, inconsistent minutes usually means inconsistent play. It's hard to be super consistent if you're getting 3 minutes, 1 game, 10 minutes. It's just the way it is. But 7, 8, 9 on every roster in the country has inconsistent minutes. It's just the way it is. 7, 8, 9 kind of depends on the flow. And he's establishing some more consistent minutes, and you can just see his confidence growing. And to to have a veteran top 10 team, top 10 atmosphere at A&M, a physicality game that's like no other. It's like a, and we had 2 freshmen on the floor over, Dayton played 20 minutes, Fears played whatever he played, 20 something, and 2 true freshmen. And so he gives us a big spark, but it's not a surprise. He's been doing it. That's who he is.
Coach, gotta get to practice.
All right, guys.
It's good. It's getting better every day.
It seemed like you had your best game of conference play the other night. Just what was working for you on both ends of the floor?
I feel like just being able to get out there and playing more, just getting more comfortable being out there with the guys, and then just trusting me to be out there in a close game like that, a big game on the road, and them just instilling confidence in me has really helped me.
Brycen, your second big game in a row against A&M. What's it with you and the Aggies? Do you have some sort of matchup that you like there? Just what do you think to make you thrive in those matchups?
I think it's more of like a game plan thing and like strategy against their defense. It kind of worked in my favor both times. So, and also the guys were looking for me and things like that. So.
Brycen, as a veteran player, you got a couple of freshmen. You got this gentleman right here. You got Jeremiah. What do you see in them that's helped them to be successful to this point?
Well, I've been in their shoes before, and I know how hard the adjustment is to come from high school and basically playing against grown men. So, like, I don't know. Not even just me, just everyone tries to help out each other, and they've done a great job, taking on that transition. So, quick learners, I would say, very, very quick learners.
Dayton, what has it been like coming from Dale to now you're playing SEC teams and everything like that?
Yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment, but I think just playing against the talent level that we have on this team every day throughout, like, we got here in June, we started playing pickup, we started practicing and all that. I think just going against it every day, I think it's helped me learn quicker, learn different tricks and things that work for me. And then also just, yeah, like you said, we're playing against older guys like him. But the strength and all that, it's just different here. And getting in the weight room, getting stronger, getting faster and all that, I think it's really helped me.
Dayton, you look at the game the other night, and I feel like you guys outplayed them in a lot of ways. Rebounding was where the big difference was. What are the steps that you guys have taken in the days since that A&M game to just improve in that area?
Yeah, like you said, they got us on the glass, but we did a lot of other things really well to be in that game. It was a 2-point game with a couple minutes left in the game, despite all that. So I think to our credit, we did a lot of things really well that game. But yeah, we talked about it. We know the problems we have on the glass right now. I mean, it's just we gotta go rebound. That's all it is. You just gotta go get them. And once we do that, we limit them to 1 shot per possession. I think we're a really, really good team.
I know the focus is 1 game at a time, and I'm really looking ahead, but just kind of knowing what you guys have ahead next week with Auburn and Tennessee, 2 top 10 teams, how important is it for you guys to just protect your home court this weekend?
This is going to be a big one, and those are going to be 2 good opportunities to get some big wins. So we got to try to put that work in.
Dave, it seems like when I'm watching you play, that some of the guys that you're guarding, it's almost like they're testing you, like they really kind of push and think they can get some. Maybe they don't recognize how athletic you are. How do you handle that aspect, and how do you take on that challenge?
Yeah, I'm the little freshman that comes in there against these older, experienced guards. And yeah, like you said, they do come at me, but I think I have fun accepting that challenge. Being able to play against the talent level that I get to play against, and see where I stand against them. And I think it's super fun getting to compete like that, and just playing against those older guys and learning their different tricks, learning from people we play against, is something that I try to do too.
Brycen, as someone who's experienced a lot of basketball, what has it been like adjusting to SEC play, and how do you feel like the team has it's really kind of taken that on?
Honestly, I've enjoyed this conference more than the past conferences. So, like Dane said, it's a lot of fun. Like it's fast paced, and I think we have the personnel for it. So yeah, that's pretty much my answer.
Anything else for you guys? Thanks, fellas.
Appreciate it, guys.